Hello, Kaiser here with another video. Today I want to tell you the story about a beautiful day in Tallulah, Georgia for this year's Get Rad Atlanta Leaf Peepers Ride. We come out here near the end of October or beginning of November to enjoy a 60-mile road ride on the country roads of North Georgia. This route includes about 5,000 feet of total climbing with one steeper climb at the beginning, one medium-ish climb in the latter half, and a plethora of rolling hills throughout the route. This was truly a beautiful day with lots of wonderful people, so sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. The ride's meeting time was at 9 a.m. at Tallulah Gorge State Park with roll time set at 9:15, but realistically it was gonna be 9:30 at best. From Atlanta, the state park is 90 minutes away, so leaving around 7:30 a.m. should be enough. I really only did this math after the fact though. So when my friend Karam texted the evening before saying he was picking me up at 6:30 a.m., I didn't really think much of it other than realizing I'm gonna have to wake up way earlier than I thought I was going to. He did indeed say give up buffer time, so I trusted his math. And so I get picked up at 6:30 a.m., pick up Katie immediately after that, and we get on the road in his car with a majestically cracked windshield and a peculiar fogging right around that spot. As we get closer to I-985 and get closer to the Lake Lanier-ish area, the fogging was crazy, making me extremely worried about the weather since it kept getting worse. Here was when I checked my phone and got distracted, so I checked out my friend Atit's GPS location. To my surprise, none of them had even left home yet. Atit, who was picking up Ali, was still at his own home. And here we were, 50% of the way there to the state park. This was when I looked at our arrival time and saw 8:15 a.m., 75 minutes earlier than the expected roll time. Going back to that thick fog, we hit this one magical intersection and it just cleared up completely. We were welcomed by bright colored trees and the mood in the car shifted completely to excitement. This was going to be a wonderful, wonderful ride. Eventually, in like 90 minutes.
I mean, it looks pretty damn pretty.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things where you have to like 8:16 arrival. Roll time is 9:15, aka 9:30. Since we got there so early, I was able to actually film the area beforehand, which was nice. I never knew that there were some history lessons here that you can actually read from and learn. There was definitely some fog coming from the waterfall side, but nowhere else. It was clear skies with a nice and pretty moon looking over us.
The pro is here.
Maybe 15 minutes after we had arrived, the first person to arrive was our friend Olivia, who lives in North Carolina. She supposedly came early to get a few extra miles in to warm up beforehand, and she kinda sorta invited us, to which the three of us stared at her silently in our sweatpants and jackets. Soon after, various groups of people started to roll into the parking lot, making it hectic and very exciting of an atmosphere. I think we had about 30 to 40 people in total. We all gathered by the visitor center, Earl talked a little bit, and perfectly at 9:30 a.m. we all rolled out.
3, 2, 1.
Leaf Peepers poppin'! The beginning has these curvy roads that I really like. First of all, it's really pretty with the lake view, pretty houses, and beautiful foliage. And second of all, it's just a really fun road to ride on when it has to do a lot more with skill than fitness. Tight turns become more and more fun when you play around with how you brake and how you turn, though it was definitely harder with people in front of you. I was also enjoying watching this guy in front of me who just really wanted to gaze at the lake but was also conscious about the road ahead of him, leading to these super quick 90-degree turns of his head. One of the worries I had for this ride was my rear tire. I recently had to warranty my front derailleur and ended up getting the E1 front derailleur, which surprisingly is just a bit wider than the older version. This led to the tire plug in my rear tire that had no issues until now, constantly hitting it. And so I ripped out that plug at home and put some tape on the inside and hoped for the best. It seemed like it was holding air alright, so I rolled on, but maybe 6 miles into the ride I was starting to feel a bit bouncy in the back. I honestly hadn't ridden my bike in a couple weeks, so I figured my core got weaker and my legs getting extra tired must have been my fitness. So I ignored it and blamed my legs. My heart rate kept increasing and legs were tiring, but hey, I didn't do a warm-up either. So all in all, a combination of many factors, including myself pulling right before the biggest climb of the day, led to an explosion of myself.
Awfully hilly. I pulled at the best time.
We hit mile 12 and start the steepest climb of the day. My legs felt absolutely horrible, and pretty much every single person dodged me and climbed on ahead in the first few seconds of this climb. Wonderful. But I also knew I wasn't so slow that I could take it completely easy and chill to enjoy the views, since I knew they were stopping at the bottom of the hill after this climb. I'm always in that middle ground annoying speed where I'm not fast enough, but I'm also not that slow, and I didn't want everyone to wait too long. But looking back at it, I definitely also blame my tire pressure, because none of you can prove otherwise that wasn't in fact a factor in my heart rate nearing 200 for the first time in such a long time. But eventually I, along with a few others and Rob, who went down half the hill to climb it all over again, climbed the 2.5 miles successfully. The hill gets quite steep at the very end of it, and I think this was the first time in my cycling career that I had to snake up a steep hill. But we did what we had to and got to a beautiful descent down this hill surrounded by the wonderful fall foliage.
There we go. Now your legs can get cold on the descent. Yeah. Good work, man.
You too. That felt a lot harder than 2 years ago. The very bottom of this descent is actually gravel, and very abruptly so. A few years ago when I did this ride, our friend Lizzie slid out and got hurt here, so we all take it very carefully and make sure to slow down enough. There were definitely big holes and lots of washboarding on the gravel, but I really enjoyed riding under the trees as well as getting out to the wide open areas. Take me home! Country road! We gathered up after the descent and started riding, but then suddenly I really needed to pump right on the side of the road. For my first stop, sealant was still slowly oozing out from the original hole, so I put the hole at the bottom and pumped up my tire, believing in the sealant. I started riding up the hill, but maybe 300 feet later I had to stop again since it was starting to leak air once again. I really didn't want to, but had to put in a piece of bacon strip and brace to hear clicking for the next 45 miles. During the second stop, a few others, along with a teat, caught up to me, so I had some wonderful company for 10 or so miles until the gas station stop. I actually hadn't ridden with a teat in a while since I was sick and he was out of town, so it was great to catch up. We also rode at a very peaceful pace, which allowed me to stare at the leaves better and breathe in that delicious air.
Oh, look at that! No, we're good.
Canyons.
We got to the gas station eventually, and I quickly got a Coke to replenish my heart functionality after destroying it on the first climb. I drank while watching the faster group head on out, but I was actually also forced to chug half the remaining Coke extremely quickly since the second group was also heading out soon after, since Katie wanted to move oh so desperately, and so the Coke that was supposed to heal me added so much carbonation to my stomach for the next few miles and up a longer climb that came soon after. After a couple more miles of riding, we arrived near Lake Burton and the squiggly rolling hills. I really enjoyed and loved this segment last time, so I was extremely excited to ride it once again. It was indeed beautiful, but most of the descending with tight turns were packed with wet leaves, making it a bit nerve-wracking for sure. I had to be a whole lot more careful and couldn't utilize momentum up these climbs as much as I would have liked to. We also encountered lots of leaf blizzards, which weren't recorded the best here, but you get the idea.
Golly. Wet leaves, wet leaves. Wow, leaves stuck in my spoke. The sound of leaves.
I do love the sound.
Look at that up front. So pretty. Alright.
We get out the lake area at mile 39 and officially start to head on back towards the state park. We began closing into the second biggest climb of the day, but that was where Sarah unfortunately got a flat. So it wasn't just me with
True, I gotta
luck today.
film her.
No!
Oh, this is
It's the third 20th.
I do love my beautiful headwind.
We just stood there for like 7 minutes and I forgot about the fucking rock in my shoe. It's been there since the gas station.
Soon we started climbing the second biggest hill of the day. Last time I did this climb, I was talking to my friends Sam and Mo, so the climb kinda ended before I even realized this was the big climb. I was also probably significantly more fit back then. This year, I definitely felt that it was a climb, but I felt way better than the first steep climb, so I survived. And you can see how I felt better because I finally had the mental capacity and energy to try the chest mount with this new camera. Although trying to mount it without stopping was definitely tough. It turned out to be a good decision though, because this descent was super pretty and smooth, and I'm just really glad I got a better angle of it. dog here last time. Damn it. I knew it. Gotta love the dog.
There's a dog. You get chased?
Oh, you did not get it? Oh, okay.
No.
They probably came out after Tim then. Did you get the dog? It's probably in the middle of the road for you, right?
Huh?
It was probably in the middle of the road for you, right?
The dog?
Yeah.
No, he ran off.
Okay.
After that big descent, we had 14 miles of a mainly flat or downhill path ahead of us, back all the way to the parking lot. So clearly I was slotted in behind the bigger boys and drafted the whole way. Or at least I kind of tried to, but the crosswind was so strong at times that I was very much drifting to the side, and having someone in front of me wasn't as effective.
So windy.
Yeah. Some of those crosswinds are like
Scary.
blowing me around.
Yeah.
Like a sail on the open ocean.
Yeah. Too light.
Too light. Both of us.
The flag's not moving, but it's so much wind.
Maybe we are the wind.
We're creating it.
Yes, exactly.
We are moving the earth.
That's why it feels like a headwind from every direction.
It honestly has all day.
Yeah. I was only kind of kidding. It was a bit stupid.
I only felt it as a tailwind on the downhill just now.
I think it's still a headwind. It's straight in my face.
We're just going too fast.
You're right.
We got to backpedal.
You're right.
Eventually, we all safely make it back near the state park, and dread the hill that we're about to climb up to the parking deck. To make matters a bit more annoying, tons of cars were lined up at 2 p.m. to go hiking or something, I don't know. Using the motivational energies from Sarah and Katie, I wobbled up these climbs to finally get to the parking lot.
So much pain. Last hill. Oh, my calf's cramping. Oh shit. Oh no! Not now! Okay, I need to sit. What do you mean I'm out of gears?
What did I mean?
Yay.
We made it. I just feel like if you're me, half maybe.
Slowing.
Yeehaw.
Hell yeah! Everything hurts. Oh! I hope everything hurts. Oh.
This was another beautiful ride up in North Georgia on some quiet and smooth roads. We had tons of people outside and enjoyed it a ton. After the ride, some of us went to a restaurant down the hill called the Edge Cafe. We waited very long, but successfully obtained some much needed food. On the drive back to Atlanta, a couple of us stopped by at a quick trip and got some drinks. Karam and I got these giant slushies since these are about $2 and perfect to fill in that small bit of hunger and sweetness craving, and it's kind of been my go-to for a few months. The drive back was peaceful since I wasn't driving, so I talked a lot and stared at the sunset through Karam's windshield that's been cracked ever since the beginning of the year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to make these kinds of narrated adventure videos often now. They take a lot of time to edit, but having people enjoy it makes me happy. I've got a long backlog of rides that I filmed in the past, but I'll slowly but surely post those as they get edited. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe as it helps me out a ton. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.